it's Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. Now, I wish I could say I was well, because I've had one mare of a day today with my bike. I wasn't intending to make a video at all today. What I was intending to do, I had a free morning this morning, and my bike, the Street Triple, is due an oil and filter change. So, bought myself a new filter and crush washer and some oil, and I was just going to go ahead and do the oil change as usual. I've done oil change on bikes loads of times. It's not usually a problem. However, I've come across that old problem on the Street Triple. It's the first time I've actually done an oil change on this bike since it's been out of warranty and I've not been taking it to dealers. It's the first time I've gone to do it, and you can guess what's happened. I've drained the oil out. This isn't all the oil, this is just some oil that's left. I've drained the oil out and I'm having one hell of a job getting the oil filter off, and I still haven't succeeded yet. I've tried all the usual things, which included, first of all, I just used bare hands to try and get it off, because they should be, you know, not in there very tight. You should just be able to unscrew them with your bare hands. Couldn't do that. I then tried rubber gloves to get good purchase on it. Couldn't get good purchase on it. That didn't work. I then tried specific tool to get the filter off. Unfortunately, this doesn't have enough grip and it just slipped. Next idea was, I know, I'll wrap masking tape around the filter and then try the tool. Still just slipped. Okay, that failed. Next thing was, wrap masking tape around the filter, double back on itself so it's really, really sticky. A tip I got from Del Boy's garage, so thank you Del Boy for that one. You get great purchase on it, but I just could not shift the thing even that way. So starting to get a bit desperate and thought, well, I'm going to have to resort to that old time-honoured method of banging a screwdriver through the thing. Well, I've tried that and even that hasn't worked. So I'm really kind of at the end of my tether. I was going to say I've been ripping my hair out, but that's going to be quite tricky. So I've got one last thing that I'm going to try, and if this doesn't work well, then I'm just going to have to call in the experts. But what I'm going to try is a bit of a hash-up job. So stick around and stay tuned, and I'll show you my last resort method of getting the filter off the bike. Right, so just before I get into the detail of the last resort, here's the filter, and you can see it's pretty mangled up. You can see the hole in the side where I've had the screwdriver in to try and wrench a screwdriver in and undo it that way. Sadly, that didn't work either. Although I haven't got the screwdriver all the way through, that could be something else I can try. But I thought something that, as this filter is completely mangled now, might be a bit more foolproof is something else. And it's this. Let me just change the angle of the camera so I've got a spare hand and I'll show you. So I had previously thought that the sticking the screwdriver in and turning was the last resort method for getting these off, but I've had another idea that may well work. Now, given this tool that I bought to get the thing off some years back, and it's worked fine on other filters, isn't working on here. It's not getting enough grip. Clearly, the tool, which is only about £3 worth off of eBay, isn't much cop. So what I thought I would do is stick that onto the filter, drill some holes actually through the side of it, and then put some self-tapping screws through this filter tool so that it's literally screwed onto the filter. Hopefully then, surely I can get enough purchase to get it off. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Drill some holes in here, stick some screws in and see if I can physically get it off that way. So if this doesn't work, well, then I'm stuffed and it's over to you for any more ideas. Let's give it a go. So here's my plan then. Stick her in the vise and maybe drill 4 pilot holes in there. And because of access to the filter on the bike, I can probably only actually get 2 or 3 screws in. Probably won't get all 4 in. And we'll see what we can do with that. So stick it in there. Before I start drilling anything, I'll just check I've actually got some self-tapping screws. Now, I never throw away any screws. Whenever I chuck away any bit of kit or whatever, it's a bit sad, but I take the screws out and I stick them in a collection of jars I've got like this, which have all sorts of miscellaneous odds and ends in, and you never know when you may need them. And this is one such case, so there we go. Something like that. If I can find 4 of those, that would be perfect, because that's going to dig into the filter retreat and be quite sturdy, and should well work. So I'm going to put some pilot holes in for screws like that, and then we'll go from there. Right, found myself 4 of those self-tapping screws that look like they'll do the job. Little drill, just to drill a sort of pilot hole through. As I say, I'll do 4 of those. See how it goes. Now, I'll put them as far down this tool as I can. Quick centre punch to make sure it goes through the right spot. There we go, there's one. And yeah, I think we'll force my way through there. I might enlarge it a little bit. Let's do another 4 of those. And then I can use the ones that are most suitable when I'm actually down on the errant filter itself. Right, no need to watch me do all these, but you know, I'm just going to drill 4 holes, okay? Right, there we are. There's 4 holes drilled in. I have just enlarged them because it's not crucial that the screws actually attach to this tool. It's more crucial that they attach into the filter that I can't get off. There we go. So I'm going to put them in there like that. I'll probably only get 3, I suspect, into the filter because it's difficult to get at on the bike. But if I can get 4, that's a bonus. Then hopefully with those in place, I should be able to turn it and get it off. That's the theory anyway. Let's go and see if it works. Right, here we are, back down at the filter end of things, and I hope you can see and hear this okay, as this was an unplanned video. I haven't done anything clever with mics and lights and stuff. I've just brought my little GoPro in and done this, so it's a bit of a bonus. And the idea is, stick that on there, and then I'm wondering, I want to get it so I can get most purchase on them, obviously. I'll put it on, say, there. This bucket would get on. I could then maybe get 3 in. Now the trouble is, the actual filter itself is probably slightly distorted now, where I've been trying to get screwdrivers and stuff in it, so I'm going to need to give that a whack, I think. Now let's find something appropriate. Right, that's on. The question is, am I going to be able to screw enough screws in for that to work? Let's see. Right. And indeed, will they go in on their own, or do I need to drill a hole into the filter? Let's see what happens. No, let's make life easy. Let's drill a little pilot hole into those as well. Could get messy, this. This is where having a rechargeable drill that's actually got full power, and the batteries would be handy. It's always the way though, isn't it? When you need something, it ain't charged up. Or is that just me? Right, let's see if that'll go in. Come on. Right. There's 1 in. Let's see if I can get one in the bottom as well. A little drip tray out the way. Oh, don't tell me. Just about reached to drill this hole. This could get messy for sure. Come on. There we go. Drip tray called for. At least I'm getting all the oil out of the thing. It's a messy game, this filter changing game, isn't it? If this doesn't work, then I don't know what does. I mean, this is just it's one of those jobs, you know, you get them when you think, oh, I'll just do that, that'll be easy, that'll save me a few quid, and it turns out to be a complete ball ache. Well, this is one of them. I have a habit of attracting those sort of jobs. Right, I'm just going to let that finish draining out a bit before I attempt to screw this in. With you in a moment. Well, actually, just while that's draining out, and in an attempt to let's not blind you with that light. The techniques I've used so far, I mentioned I used the just bare hands, rubber gloves for purchase. I used the masking tape trick. I used the screwdriver trick. I also applied heat as well with a heat gun to see if that worked, and that didn't work either. So I'm kind of running out of ideas. So this, as I say, is the last resort. Okay, it looks like the oil is almost finished. Let's have a little look. It's getting less. Let's see if I can get 1 or maybe 2 more screws in before we have a go with the tool. And let's fingers crossed. Right, we're down to a drip now, so let's replace the bowl with a rag. Which is going to be going in the bin anyway. We'll have a messy game. Right, let's see if we can get this in. Okay, that's 2 screws in. Can I get another one in or not? It's a matter of whether I can get a screwdriver down there. I think I probably can. Let's go for 1 more. The more the merrier, and as this is the last attempt, I might as well, you know, the last resort as it were, I might as well maximise my chances in getting this thing off if I possibly can. I'm not going to get the drill in. Nope, that's not going to work.
Oh, I'm tempted to try just with 2.
Try with just 2. Let's give it a whirl.
Okay, so the wrench goes on there. Make sure she's going in the right direction. Undoing. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep everything crossed for you folks because this is it. I think I'll replace that with the bowl again at this stage. Okay, here we go. Oh, you beauty. Oh, 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 the ease at which it's coming off. Look at that. Oh, 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 oh. Why couldn't it have done that before? Come on. There we go. And there is the nightmare filter, which I got off with just 2 screws. And in fact, in doing that, I'll unscrew them, and it hasn't completely trashed that tool, so I can use that again in the future. And if need be, I'll use the same method of screwing in to get it off. Excellent.
Right, so there you go. I'm glad to say that worked because I don't know what I would have done if that hadn't worked. That was my last ditch attempt, and the idea really of this video, which I didn't plan to do, was just to show that, you know, if you get into trouble in a workshop, then if you think about it logically, there's usually a way you can get around it, and don't panic and start whacking things with hammers. Just think about what you might be able to do logically, and you'll end up with a fine solution. So all I've got to do now, new crush washer, new filter, zip that on, fill her up with oil again, I'm good to go. Alright, hope that's been of some interest, and look forward to normal service resuming soon. Until then, this has been the Mist and Fly. Cheerio.